What's going on, people? Mokibo here, and I've got a topic for you that was covered by Review Tech USA earlier, and that is swatting. And I just don't know what goes through people's minds when they think it's funny to call in a SWAT team falsely just because they want to get a good laugh, or you know, just see the person scared and they laugh, and then they go off scot-free, and they're probably gonna do it again to another streamer. That was loosely explained, but I'll go into detail further. Recently, there was a case where the YouTuber and streamer, even though I don't know how much he streams, since I don't watch his content that much, but McJuggernuggets, that's his name, I don't know how I got that, had a SWAT team come to his door. And luckily, this was not on stream. He got DDoS'd while on stream, and right when that happened, he got a knock on the door. The SWAT team had lights going through his window, and when he answered the door, or when someone let them in, they were yelling and screaming, telling him to get down, pretty much pointing the gun at everyone that was in the building. They were searching the residence for anything that could lead to what was going on, and I think it was because of supposedly his dad was tied up and he was keeping them hostage or something stupid like that, as the call went through. And he even said that he was glad one of his dogs did not try to be the hero and try to protect him, because if one dog bites the ankle of a SWAT officer and it refuses to let go, that officer has the right to put down that pet if it decides to get rowdy against him. Now, you could contradict me saying, like, it's animal cruelty if anyone were to shoot an animal, but it's under the protocol. If they were to be attacked, what are they supposed to do? Just stand there and let the animal possibly chew them to bits? They're not going to risk that, even though they're in body armor and there's almost no way for the pet to do that. They still are going on the protocol, and they are going to defend themselves as human beings. Yes, I know, we're humans, we kill animals, but if you're to be attacked by an animal, are you going to sit there, like if you have a gun in your hand, are you going to sit there with the thumb up your ass waiting for it to kill you? No, you're going to pull it out and try to shoot the damn thing. That's just human instincts. We like to defend ourselves with whatever we have in our hands, even if it's bare fists. Or legs, if you're a kicker. Now, there has been a case previously, a few months back, where it was Koopa Troopa that was swatted. Now, I don't know if it was a few months back, but it was Koopa Troopa that was swatted previously, and it was right on stream too. It wasn't like a DDoS or he didn't go off stream and then get swatted. It was right on stream. He was streaming RuneScape, and then he got a knock on the door, and everyone had the gun pointed to their heads by the SWAT team. I don't know what it was that they came to the house for, but it made him cry in tears, and he was in fear for his brother, because if one of those members got trigger happy, or he wanted to get the day over with and just want to call it in, saying we got a few casualties and suspects were eliminated, it wouldn't end pretty well, because if he was the one that would live and his brother would die, or anyone in the household would have been killed because of a SWAT officer that liked to shoot his gun, there would be a huge case. Not against the officer. Well, okay, it would be against the officer who decided to take a shot and use unauthorized deadly force, but it would go down, the family would win, the SWAT officer would feel embarrassed and angry because he got falsely called in after finding out afterwards what happened. And pretty much he would be out of a job for his life, and he would regret the day he pulled that trigger against the person he killed, who did nothing other than be a productive member of society, who did nothing other than be a family member of a family. And again, that was loosely explained, but I don't give a fuck. This is gonna be raw, unedited stuff. So if you spot something that might have been slurred or something not completely explained well, fuck you. I'm not gonna go back and edit it. I'm tired. I've tried doing this multiple times with the takes. I just want it over and done with. Back to the story at hand when it comes to swatting. Both of these cases and one's previous fall under domestic terrorism. And while I would love to see a kid go away for a decade, I think a few years would be good enough, because even if you're in jail for about a month, the shit you'll see in there will scare you. Put a kid in there, like, for instance, to show Scared Straight and Beyond Scared Straight, both of those shows have kids that have done things even worse than domestic terrorism. Or hell, even almost as accurate, like pranks that have gone wrong, or fights, or I don't know, something that would put people's lives in danger. And domestic terrorism would fall under that. And if there was an episode where a kid that had swatted someone was on there, I would not be surprised, and I would want to see the kid locked up for a little while. Not for a decade, because while it is very annoying and very aggravating to hear one of these cases, it's not really worth a decade, because like I said, put him in for about a week or a month and he's gonna shit his bricks before he even gets to the showers. It amazes me what people think when they want to pull a prank. Like, you know, I can think of pranks that are harmless, like, you know, prank calling them, I don't know, like putting a wood cushion under them while they're streaming. Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. But domestic terrorism and swatting, that will not go through most people's heads. The ones that are sane, anyway. And I would not be surprised if one day I was watching a stream and there we go, we got live swatting. I'm not gonna be surprised if that happens, because it's a common thing nowadays. I'm going to expect that. Like, even if the streamer barely has any viewers, if someone were to swat him on live camera, it would not shock me. Because if we hear a case where it was happening to a not so well-known streamer or a YouTuber, then most streamers and YouTubers will be fearing for their lives, because there could be the one hater who does not like their content or does not like them personally will do this to them. No matter how popular they are, if it happens. Not saying it will, but if it does happen, then there we go. We got some fear on our hands. So, this is just my little rant and my little explanation as to why swatting needs to end. And why it was never funny in the first place. The first time it happened, it should have ended there. Okay, yeah, you learned your lesson. It scared the living shit out of them. You got a kick out of it. You're happy now. Fuck off, let the trend die. But no, we have to have more and more people who think it's funny to swat their favorite streamers or swat the streamers they hate. So, I hope you guys learn a lesson here. If you're going to pull a prank, make sure it's not in the vicinity, or it's not in a certain mindset that someone is probably going to die, or someone's going to get hurt, because, like I said, one SWAT member or one police officer is going to get trigger happy, and we got a homicide case on our hands. Most of the police officers I know in my city are actually pretty cool, and one of the more cooler cops I've ever met. Granted, I've only met like, I don't know, 3 or 4 out of how many there are in my city. But out of all of them, I don't think they would ever have the mindset to go ahead with a call that might seem fake, or it might sound fake. But you never know, it can happen at any time in any city. I'll see you guys later. Jesus, what goes through people's minds nowadays?